Imagine the worst year that you could imagine. Then times it by 10, then shoot it. Then take a poopy on it. Well, my year's been worse than that, until I got one of these. This thing's been my happiness this year. I love you, PS3. Just a really quick catch up. My progress to 100,000 subscribers is a slow one. But on a positive note, no, there isn't anything at the moment. Onto the video. Retro games, they saved my year. The PS3 specifically, and my life. They saved my life. They pulled me out of a burning building. Thanks to the PS3, I've been playing some absolutely really awesome games this year, because retro is besto. In the background, I'm going to show some of the games that that have kept me sane this year, because you won't believe the year that I've had. My year started off pretty well, actually. On New Year's Eve, I went to a party with my girlfriend and I proposed. I went down on one knee at the stroke of midnight and everything, and she started crying and said no and ran off. Said I ruined the evening. A friend said that I embarrassed her. Had a bit of an argument later that night, and she said, "You didn't even ask my dad for permission." I said, "How could I ask your dad for permission when he's been dead since you were 5? And she said, "Obviously I meant my stepdad." So that was the start to my year. What a great start. I wasn't really playing any kind of retro games, or I wasn't even really gaming much actually at the beginning of the year, but I wanted to do some recording on my PS3, and that's when I realised that my PS3 had died. Obviously I made a video about that before, because I got a replacement, and then I started playing PS3 games again. In fact, the first game I completed this year was Resistance: Fall of Man. I did start thinking to myself, you know, I've been rejected by my girlfriend. My PS3's died. It can't get worse than that, right? Right? Well, buckle up, because it's about to get worse. Next up, I was a victim of the fraud. I went into a shop to use my card, and it was declined. So I went online to check, you know, what's going on here, and I had nothing. I mean, I don't have much money anyways, but you know, some money's better than no money's. So I had to go to the bank to try and sort that out, and so many of the banks are closed nowadays, and when I went there, they were like, "Are you sure you didn't spend this money?" I mean, you know, I wasn't in China, I was at work. It's hard to be in China and England at the same time. Then my car was stolen. Apparently some teens got drunk and decided to speed it around the town that I live. Luckily, when the police found it, it wasn't too banged up, but they did say that there was a giant turd in the driver's seat. But it was the PS3 that helped me through all of this. You know, my girlfriend, she was out working and whatever, and I was at home on my own, so I just played PS3. It was the one thing that kind of cheered me up. I got to play games that I never really ever had a chance to properly play. I never played before. So that was good, that was fun, you know. And I even played Resident Evil 5 online, you know. And that, I mean, I don't know when I did that last, 100 years ago, something. I've even been playing games like COD. I hadn't even played COD since I was a baby, but it's just because I could. It was free, and you know, so why not? It was fun, refreshing. In fact, I was enjoying the PS3 so much that I decided that I'd mentioned it before, but I actually really want the backwards compatible PS2 PS3, the fat one. So I looked online for one of the backwards compatible PS2 backwards compatible PS3s, and they're so expensive now. In CEX, if you want a boxed one, it's £270. About 180 to £200 if you get one without a box. That's an expensive box. And I got really lucky. I found and this is the best thing that happened to me this year. I found a backwards compatible PS3, a PS2 backwards compatible PS3 online for £80. All I had to do is go and pick it up. So I turn up and the guy who answers the door, I gotta say, he looked like Skeletor's malnourished brother or something. He had as many teeth as I've got eyes. But he's really polite. He's like, "You the guy for the PS3? Yep. He says, "Come in. Do you want a cup of tea?" I was like, no, I'm good. He's like, "Look, just go in the lounge and I'll just go and get it for you." It's like, "Yep, no problem." So I go into the lounge and I mean, the place is a mess. But sitting there in this, basically there's like one chair and there's this guy who is absolutely massive. And I mean, I've never seen muscles like it. He would make prime Schwarzenegger look like a kid. And I started to think, oh, I don't feel very comfortable here. But the guy comes down and he gives me the PS3. He's like, "There you go, mate." I was like, "Thank you." I was like, "Oh wow, it's heavier than I." You forget how heavy it is. And he's like, "Oh, I'll put some games in there for you, mate. I put an extra couple games in there for you, mate." I was like, "Oh wow, like thank you. That's really kind of you." So I put the PS3 down and I go to open it to check it, and he's like, "What are you doing, mate?" I was like, just checking the console." "You don't need to do that, mate. It's all in there." You know, when someone says something like that, you're like, you know, now I'm suspicious. Why would you stop me? Why would you stop me checking it, hey? But then all I hear from the other side of the room is, "Do we have problem?" I look over, I'm just thinking like, I don't have a problem. No. "He said you don't need to check it. It's fine." Yep. Cool. I didn't know what to do. I was petrified. So I said, "You know, well, yep, no, cool. I trust you guys." I took out my wallet and I just gave him the £80 and walked out. I'm a coward. Now, I know what you're thinking. As soon as I got outside, I opened it up and I checked it. I didn't do that. I just kept walking. I didn't even look behind me. I was too scared. Now, I don't know what you're thinking, but I got home, opened it up, and inside was the most pristine, backwards compatible. No, that wasn't. It was some bricks. You know what they say? If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. There is something else that's happened as well, but I'm going to talk about that in a future video. But you know, suffice to say, I'm quite lonely at the moment. I'm not giving up on my road to 100,000 subscribers though, so anyway, you could help me out, you know. Sponsored by Box. Hey, have you heard about Box? Box can be used for all manner of practical solutions to everyday problems. Storage, comfort, headwear.
I like Box. Box's friend.
Purchase your very own Box today. Purchase with the code #postbox to get a second box delivered absolutely free.
Now I've got 2 friends.
Box. Useful, versatile, companion.